Hi everyone! Today we're going to be comparing numbers. That means we're going to take a look at two different numbers and we're going to see whether the first one is less than, greater than, or equal to that second number. We're going to compare the two by using symbols. So pay very close attention to what we're supposed to be doing. Before we get started, remember that you can feel free to pause the video whenever you need to. So if you're getting confused and some parts are confusing, go ahead and pause the video and come back to it when you feel better. Let's get started. Comparing numbers is stating whether one number is less than, greater than, or equal to another number. So to work with comparing numbers, we need to learn these symbols. This first symbol kind of looks like an L, doesn't it? Well, shockingly enough, that L shape is actually, it stands for less than, which is perfect, right? That's how I like to remember it. That shape reminds me of an L, so therefore it means less than. We also see that it kind of looks like an alligator's mouth. So the bigger side, think of it as it's opening up and it's eating the bigger number. So that second one, we see that it means greater than, and that last one means equal to. We're going to be working with two strategies, place value charts and number lines. Let's look at some examples. Number one, we have two numbers. We have 815 and we have 815 as well. That circle in the middle is where our symbol is going to go. I'm going to start with a place value chart. I'm going to write in both my numbers, 815 and 815. I'm going to look at my ones place, they're the same. Tens place is the same. Hundreds place is the same. Therefore, my numbers are both the same. That means that we are going to write the equal to sign in the center. Let's look at another example.
Number 2.
We have 356 and we have 326. For this example, we're going to use a number line to help us solve for the problem. We're going to start with the number 300 and then we're going to go by 10 intervals. So we have 310, 20, 330, 340, 350, and finally 360. I'm going to plot my first number, which is 356. And I know that that is between 350 and 360. So I'm going to plot it between the two. And I'm going to label it. Then 326 is between 320 and 330. So again, I'm going to plot it and label it. I see that 356 is closer to the right, and just a general rule, the more a number is to the right side, the greater the number is. So 356 is more to the right side, which means it is greater than 326. Let's look at example number 3. We have 632 and we have 623. I'm going to use a place value chart for this problem. And I'm going to start by writing in my first number, 632 and 623. I'm going to start in my hundreds place, compare the numbers, then go to my tens place and see that the 3 is bigger than the 2. Now remember, 3, it doesn't stand for 3. From our other lessons, we learned that 3 actually stands for 30. So, therefore, 30 is greater than 20. So, my first number, 632, is greater than my second number. Example number 4. We have 875 and we have 2000. I'm going to use a number line to solve for this problem. I'm going to start with 500 and then I'm going to go on into 500 intervals. So I have 1,000, 1,500, and then 2,000. Then I'm going to plot each number. 875, I know that it is definitely bigger than 500, but it's less than 1000. So I'm going to plot it between the two and label my number. Then I'm going to plot and label my 2000 mark as well. Now remember what I just said about being off to the right. The closer it is to the right side, the more it is to the right side, the greater the number is. So 2000 is greater than 875. When we read it, it says 875 is less than 2000. My next problem is problem number 5. I have 9,532 and 9,235. For this problem, I'm going to do a place value chart, and I'm going to plot both my numbers in so I can compare them. My first one is 9,532, and then my second one is 9,235. I'm going to start in my thousands place. They're the same, so I move on to my hundreds. And I see that the 5 is bigger than the 2. Remember, this stands for 500, which is bigger than 200. So I can stop comparing the numbers from there because I know 500 is greater than 200. Therefore, 9,532 is greater than 9,235. Now it's your turn. Try to work on some problems on your own.